Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Friday, it's July 18th. We're right smack dab in the middle of July, right smack dab in the middle of summer. Hope you're getting off to a great weekend. I got a pool party tomorrow. Hope you're up to something fun. We got some great temperatures for you as well. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but right now, let's talk about what's on the show. Are you looking for some giggles? We got giggles for you. Comedy Club's very own Phil Chait's going to be here talking about their upcoming shows, and he always has a good laugh or two for us. And then later in the program, we have a Sports Corner with Cole Young, and we'll also be talking to folks from Ting about what's going on here in the community and how the installation's going as well. So we'll talk more about that as well. Right now, though, hey, we got a great thing for you this weekend. If you're not going to go to my pool party, why don't you go out to the farmer's market? They got a good one coming up. It's the annual one. It's coming up on Saturday, July 19th from 9 a.m. to noon, at least while supplies last, over there at Clubhouse 2. You can enjoy fresh garden-grown produce, herbs, flowers, and a wide selection of plants and succulents. Make sure you get out there. You have to show ID if you get into over at Gate 12. Call the number on the screen if you want more information, but it's going to be a great thing. It's a great cause. They do it annually, so get out there and enjoy that from the garden folks. All right, let's check our weather, and they're going to have great weather for it. I'm telling you right now, great weather all weekend. We're going to be in the mid-70s. Not too much variation in our temperatures, as you can clearly see. Going to have cool overnights, so that's going to be kind of nice. The morning clouds, it's going to depend on the rain layer and how thick it is. Wasn't that thick this morning, and so, you know, it's going to be sunnier, longer. That's always nice. Nice sunsets. If you've been down on the beach, has been really nice. Speaking of sunsets, let's look at our sunrise and our sunset. We got our sunrise this morning, was at 5:54. Sunrise tonight is going to be 8 p.m. Thank you very much, Linda Rogers, for sending us these beautiful blooms going over there at Clubhouse 1. If you'd like to send us a picture like Linda did, we'd love to see it. Go ahead and email us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we'll use it in our sunrise sunset segment. All right, we've got some meetings to tell you about. Then when we come back, we'll be talking to Phil Chait from the Comedy Club. Stay with us.
Because you have to be a big shot teacher. You have to open up your mouth. You have to be a big shot girl. She's living in her uptown world, but she never had a backstreet guy. I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life.
You've got mail.
Computing isn't what it used to be. And the future? It's evolving faster than ever. At the Laguna Woods PC Club, we're committed to keeping you ahead of the curve. Our state-of-the-art workshop boasts over 30 computers, scanners, and printers. Our dynamic seminars, led by experienced volunteers, cover the latest trends in computing. Embrace the future of computing with us. The Laguna Woods PC Club.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Who doesn't love a good laugh? Comedy Club is here with Phil Chait, and he's going to be telling us about the upcoming shows and, in general, how the Comedy Club is doing. Hi, Phil.
Hi, Bree. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, the
How
Comedy
are
Club,
you?
I'm doing getting over a cold, but I'm doing fine otherwise. And we have a big show coming up a week from this Thursday. And the comedians are going to be Patrick Keane, who actually never appeared before at Laguna Woods. And I found him in a local comedy shop, and I thought he was hilarious, so we hired him to perform here for first time. And then the second comedian is Dick Hardwick, who has been here several times, and we brought him back by popular demand. So it's going to be a great show, as most of them are. As I said, for $10, you get coffee, dessert, and then you get 2 comedians, and I get to do the opening for 8 to 10 minutes. So you get about an hour and a half, for hopefully full of laughs. So it's a great deal, and it's a great show. And the last few have been tremendous. We've gotten standing ovations at the end, so that was pretty good. And we get a nice crowd, so it's a good deal.
Do you get sold out shows?
Well, I know we sold out. We're in Clubhouse 5, which holds about 500 and change people, but we do like 250 to 270, so that's a pretty good house. But
That's a
we do well, and it's in
decent
Clubhouse. It's Clubhouse 5, which is the biggest clubhouse here, and everyone, I'm sure, knows what that is. So that's where we hold it, and the show starts at 5:30, and it's a BYOE. And then the doors open at 5:30. The show actually starts at 7 o'clock.
Okay, so people have time if they want to bring their own dinner. Then they can sit with their friends, and you have table groupings.
Yeah,
of
we have
like
tables at 8 to
10?
10 people. Then the GRF bar is also open, so for drinks, so that's all open too. So a lot of people come early, bring their food, schmooze with their friends, whatever else, and the show starts promptly at 7 o'clock.
Okay, wonderful.
So that's that. Now, that's the show coming up again a week. The show is always the fourth Thursday of the month, except on this year, Thanksgiving is the fourth Thursday, so in November it's going to be the third Thursday, but otherwise it's always the fourth Thursday. And we have some really good comedians coming up, as well as the ones we're having this week. So like next month, we have a gentleman named Steve Middleman and another gentleman named Howard Berger, and they from LA, and they're very well known up there, but neither one of them has ever played down here. So again, brand new comedy talent coming into Laguna Woods. So that should be great. So this should be a good show. Looking forward to that. And then in August, the big name that everyone loves to come out for, Fritz Coleman, the old Channel 4 weatherman. So he usually draws pretty big crowds. He's a funny guy, but yeah, because his celebrity status as the Channel 4 weatherman, he shows up, and he's going to be in August. And then September, we have a woman named Monica Piper, who actually has a one-woman show going on right now up in Santa Monica. So she's been around for years, wrote a book, and she's great too. So we have a lot of talent coming in. And so the shows so far this year have been great, and hopefully we're going to continue that as time goes on.
Sounds like very quality talent that you.
Yeah, well, again, man, it's amazing how many of them actually really want. I mean, I shouldn't say like bad thing to do here, but I'm saying, most of these people take, really big whatever to appear places, and they actually take less money from us, obviously for many reasons, but they love playing down here because the audiences we have down here are very receptive, and they enjoy it. So they enjoy it. Plus the fact, a lot of the comedy shows, even the improv, whatever, hold maybe 100 people, 120 people. We give them an audience of 250 on up, so it's a big audience for them, and they love everyone interacts. So to them, I've gotten calls from them wanting to come down here and play.
Right?
So it saves me a lot of time. I don't have to go chasing them. They actually call me up and say, "Do you have any openings? We'd like to come down and perform at your venue." So the comedy club over the years, Joey did a great job. The comedy club is basically grown in stature, grown in name, and these guys just love playing here.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, Phil, I suppose that they could pull out their phone and record their session, and then they could all multi-purpose that for YouTube or their.
Well, yeah, they say they have the clips
media.
around, but yeah, they also kind of sometimes try some new material here just to see what it is, because a lot of them are Vegas performers, cruise ship performers. So they go all over to in fact, like Monica. There's another woman I'm speaking with right now named Kathy Ladman. She's actually written books, been on TV, won awards from Joan Rivers and etc. She's been around for years. She actually called me yesterday and wanted to come here and play in October. So I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. They call me to come entertain here, which makes my job a lot easier.
Well, especially when you're having once a month.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit of talent.
I wish we
that
could
you
do
need to
more,
find.
but yeah, as I said, it's because it's a fun thing to do. I do the first 8 to 10 minutes. It's not easy writing new stuff, but I enjoy doing it. And again, the crowds are great. The audience is very receptive. So it's just a fun time. And for $10, it's like the best deal going in Laguna Woods. I know I said that about my bocce club too, but they're both great deals.
Well, and you don't have to be a member. Comedy club
There is no
doesn't
membership.
even have a membership.
There is no membership, no.
Okay, so there's no membership fee.
Nope, right. So $10 at the door, you're in, and that's the way it
right.
is. So no membership fee. So again, we hope word of mouth is spreading, because again, we've got nothing but good reviews off the
Well,
last
we've got
few.
some great clips also. So
Yeah,
we're
I'm
gonna
going
show
to
some
get them
great
here.
clips.
Unfortunately, I didn't get them here in time, so that's my fault. But we do have some good clips to show you the kind of comedy that these guys do. And again, it's all clean comedy, no foul language, no politics, none of that kind of stuff. So they know to keep it clean, and they always
Best
do.
kind there is.
Yeah, so no, they could be. You could be funny without those topics.
I agree. All right, Phil. Well, thank you so much for joining us again and
Well,
letting
thank you.
us
It's a
know.
pleasure seeing you, and I'll be seeing you soon, I'm sure.
Okay.
Thank
Take
you.
care. You're watching This Day on Village TV. Get out there and see the Comedy Club next Thursday.
Dr. Farhumand and her associates at Brilliant Smile are excited to announce we now feature cone beam computed tomography. CBCT scans have many benefits over traditional X-rays. They are fast, safe, non-invasive, and provide better care to our patients. The 3D images provide an accurate view of teeth, bones, and soft tissue. It allows us to diagnose and treat more effectively. Also, it features modern diagnosing of sleep apnea by checking the airways and obstructions. Get started today. Call Brilliant Smile, Laguna Woods Village favorite dentist.
Hearing connects you back to life. Don't settle for being trapped in the isolation of poor hearing. Advanced Ear can help you hear friends, family, and caregivers. We provide one-on-one hearing programs that will amaze you with the quality of how much better you can hear. There's no cost to hear the improvement we deliver. You'll be able to hear better the minute you put these on. No buttons to push or technology to be afraid of. We deliver better hearing, guaranteed. Come in so we can connect you back to life. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Stay alert. These words save lives. Enroll in the Village's Code Red alert system for emergency alerts via phone, text, or email. Just visit the Village website and click Sign Up Today on the bottom right corner of any page. You can also enroll in Alert OC, the Orange County Mass Notification System for county-wide notifications. For fire updates, check the OCFA website or follow them on social media. Stay informed, stay alert, stay safe.
Happy Friday and welcome to this week's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young and we had a pretty busy week, so I'll get right to it. I covered a good amount of the Wimbledon tournament last week and the results are in. For the men's singles, top-ranked Jannik Sinner defeated two-time defending champion Carlos Alcaraz on Sunday to win his first Wimbledon championship. Sinner's win came exactly 5 weeks after their famous, or infamous, depending on how you look at it, final match in the French Open that lasted about 5.5 hours. That championship round saw Alcaraz come from behind to beat Sinner, but the final round at Wimbledon went very differently, and Jannik Sinner is now a Wimbledon champion, earning his 4th career Grand Slam title. This was the 23-year-old's 4th consecutive time reaching the final round of the prestigious tournament, and now he is the first Italian player to win a Wimbledon singles title. Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz are currently the top 2 men's players in the world. They have combined to win the past 7 Grand Slam trophies and 9 of the past 12. So, safe to say, the future of men's tennis is in great hands, and it appears these two will be competing for trophies very frequently down the road. For the women's side, I mentioned last week that American Amanda Anisimova, the underdog 13 seed, made her way to the final round at Wimbledon. Unfortunately, her road to a championship title would end in the final round. Iga Świątek, the 24-year-old from Poland and the number 1 seed in this bracket, absolutely dominated in the championship round. She lost just 1 set en route to her first ever Wimbledon title. In fact, she had never made it past the quarterfinal round until this year. Now, Świątek is the 8th women's player and only active one to win a major title on all 3 surfaces, grass, clay, and the hard courts. She also earned her 100th major win in her 120th career match, becoming the fastest woman to 100 major match wins since Serena Williams, who reached the mark in 116 matches at the 2004 US Open. So for both the men and women, congratulations to the 2 brand new Wimbledon champions. Another exciting couple of events from this week were the Home Run Derby and the MLB All-Star Game. On Monday night, Seattle Mariners star catcher Cal Raleigh, who currently leads the MLB with 38 home runs and 82 RBIs, became the first catcher in history to win the Home Run Derby as he outlasted Tampa Bay Rays infielder Junior Caminero in the final round. Raleigh hit 18 home runs in the final round, while Caminero hit 15. The most exciting moment of the night, though, is when Raleigh almost lost in the first round of the Derby. Raleigh and Athletics outfielder Brent Rooker tied in the first round when they each hit 17 home runs. The tiebreaker came down to who hit the furthest home run. Raleigh's longest ball went 470.61 feet, while Rooker's went 470.53 feet, meaning Raleigh narrowly avoided elimination in the first round by less than an inch. He would finish the night with a total of 54 home runs. Another highlight of the night came from O'Neal Cruz. The 6'7", 220-pound outfielder from the Pittsburgh Pirates showed off his strength in the first round, blasting a 513-foot home run. Most home runs in Major League Baseball averaged around 400 feet. Cruz finished his night hitting balls an average of 447 feet. The excitement carried into Tuesday night when the American League and National League squared off for the 94th edition of the MLB All-Star Game. The NL started off the scoring when Ketel Marte hit a double in the bottom of the first inning, driving in both Shohei Ohtani and Ronald Acuna Jr., making the score 2-0. After 2 home runs in the bottom of the 6th, the NL was up by a staggering 6-0. However, after several RBIs by Brent Rooker, Bobby Witt Jr., Jacob Wilson, and Stephen Kwan in the 7th and 9th innings, the AL clawed their way back and tied the game at 6-6. No runs were scored in the bottom of the 9th, so for the first time in history, the All-Star Game was headed to a swing-off. Thanks to a rule change 3 years ago, baseball unveiled its version of penalty kicks in soccer or a shootout in hockey. Break a tie after 9 innings via a home run derby-style swing-off. The rules were pretty simple. NL manager Dave Roberts and AL manager Aaron Boone selected 3 players and 1 alternate to take 3 swings. The team with the most home runs wins the game. Philadelphia slugger Kyle Schwarber, who had not recorded a single hit in the game, homered on all 3 of his swings to bring home a win for the National League. Despite his 0-hit performance in the actual game itself, Schwarber was named MVP of the All-Star Game. Across all major sports, the All-Star Games have grown fairly stale in the past few years. But this game, plus the new implementation of the swing-off rule, reminded fans of how All-Star Games should be. No consequences, but still competitive and overall a lot of fun. Also this week, one of the oldest and most prestigious sport tournaments in the world began. The 153rd Open Championship, this year held at the Royal Portrush Golf Club in Northern Ireland, teed off on Thursday morning. Golf's biggest names like Scottie Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Jon Rahm, and Jordan Spieth, and Cameron Young are all looking at fairly good odds to win at this major event. Like I said, this event began yesterday and will run through Sunday, so don't miss out on any of the action to see who will emerge victorious this year. As per usual, even though it's the heart of the offseason, the NFL is still making headlines. And, like every offseason, new record-breaking contracts are being signed. On Tuesday, the New York Jets and star cornerback Sauce Gardner agreed to terms on a 4-year extension worth $120 million, including over $65 million guaranteed. The 2-time All-Pro now becomes the NFL's highest-paid cornerback based on average salary per year, since he will be making $30.1 million annually. Gardner made an immediate impact when he was drafted in 2022, capturing NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year honors. He's the only cornerback since 1970 to be named first-team All-Pro in each of his first 2 seasons. The only 2 other defensive players that have pulled that off are former New York Giants legend Lawrence Taylor and Dallas Cowboys pass rusher Micah Parsons. The Gardner announcement came just 24 hours after the Jets agreed to terms with wide receiver Garrett Wilson. On Monday, Wilson signed a 4-year, $130 million extension with New York, making him one of the highest-paid receivers in the NFL. The deal includes $90 million guaranteed, the 4th most in a wide receiver's contract. It marks the first time in NFL history that a receiver has received an average of over $31 million after playing only 3 seasons. The $32.5 million average in his new deal is the 5th highest among NFL receivers. Wilson posted career highs last season in receptions with 101, receiving yards with over 1,100, and touchdowns with 7. And he became one of only 5 players in NFL history to surpass 1,000 receiving yards and 80 receptions in each of his first 3 seasons. The Kansas City Chiefs had a historic day earlier this week as well. Right guard Trey Smith agreed to a 4-year, $94 million contract extension with the Chiefs, a record-setting deal that makes him the highest-paid interior lineman in league history. Smith's deal includes $70 million guaranteed, the most guaranteed money ever awarded to an NFL guard. Smith has started 80 of the 81 games of his career to this point and was selected for his first ever Pro Bowl last season. There's one NFL superstar that's still waiting for his massive contract. Washington Commanders star wide receiver Terry McLaurin has made his frustrations known, stating that there's been a lack of progress toward a contract extension with the Commanders. McLaurin is in the final year of a 3-year, $68 million extension he signed back in 2022. He's been Washington's top receiver since entering the NFL as a 3rd-round pick in 2019 and has topped 1,000 yards for 5 consecutive seasons. While an argument could be made that McLaurin is going to be 30 next year, he's coming off of the best season of his career. He posted a career-best 13 touchdowns, which was the 2nd most in the NFL. He caught 82 passes for 1,096 yards and was named to his 2nd Pro Bowl, and in fact, he hasn't missed a single game since the 2020 season. On top of all that, with Offensive Rookie of the Year Jaden Daniels at quarterback, the Commanders were just 1 game away from a Super Bowl appearance last season. I expect in the coming weeks, we'll get the announcement that McLaurin and the Commanders have reached another record-setting deal. With all of that said, enjoy your weekend full of a myriad of different sports. Come right back next Friday for more news, updates, and highlights from all across the sports world. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.
Simple is beautiful. At Pacific Cremation Services, we've spent 10 treasured years helping families craft simple, memorable services for their loved ones, including memorials at sea. Starting at just $1,595, our thoughtful cremation plans provide everything you need to commemorate your loved one. It's been our honor to serve families in Orange County and beyond for the last decade. Thank you for your trust. Visit our website or give us a call to discover simplicity.
The future of the internet is here, and it is called Ting. I want to welcome Ryan Turner. He's the Director of Construction for Ting, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit what your favorite part of the job is in terms of doing this construction work.
My favorite part of the job is this, working in this industry, we get to touch like the full gamut of from deploying cutting edge high-tech technology to working with people that put shovels in the ground and do that physical work every day. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting to see the full gamut of construction to high-tech delivery of internet services.
And you personally have a kind of a family history of doing this kind of work, right?
I do. So it runs in my family a little bit. It wasn't planned, but I landed in the telecommunications industry just like my grandfather. When he got out of the Air Force in the 60s, he went and worked for the phone company, mm-hmm. and we exchanged stories all the time, and he tells me about the teletype equipment that he worked on back in the 60s and 70s, and I get to tell him about the new cutting-edge fiber technology that we're deploying, just like we are here in Laguna Woods.
Mm-hmm. Now, the fiber tech and the Wi-Fi and everything that's coming in, it kind of makes connectivity easier for our senior community. That's kind of a special thing that you have a little bit of a connection to that with your own family.
Yeah, a little bit. So like anybody with young kids, these days, I try to limit the screen time for my 5-year-old daughter. But sometimes I'll walk into her bedroom and she's sitting there on the iPad. She's on the phone with somebody. She's on the phone with her grandmother, and she's FaceTiming with her grandmother, and they're playing video games together for hours at a time. So I think that connectivity allows her to, she wouldn't see her grandmother as much because she lives quite a ways away, but she gets to talk to her all the time, meet her, and create some of those core memories.
Now, how does the fact that there's already kind of conduit already laid in this community kind of make your job a little bit easier in terms of you're not going to be ripping up streets and things like that?
It makes it infinitely easier. It makes it much less disruptive. Somebody was really smart back in the day when they decided to put in redundant conduits.
Mm-hmm. And it makes obviously your job easier, but also in terms of when you go into a street, you're in and out a little quicker too, right? So it's not as disruptive for most folks.
No, for sure. It's not as disruptive. We're not tearing up streets. We're not digging as much in the softscape, in the grass. Mm-hmm. Even on the buildings themselves, there's raceway already in place, so we're not doing a lot of wall fishing or custom wiring. Mm-hmm. So quicker and much less disruptive to the residents.
What is it that you like best about what you do in terms of bringing this service into a community?
What I like best about this type of work is on one end of the spectrum, we're dealing with cutting edge technology, and on the other end of the spectrum, we're dealing with people with shovels in the dirt. So this is the full gamut of high tech, but we're also, we're doing real physical work.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun.
And in terms of teamwork, in terms of how it goes, do you have a specific team you work with, or you kind of rotate in and as you oversee, or how many teams are going to be in the communities as we go?
We'll match the number of crews to how fast we can reasonably make our way across town. Mm-hmm. So we've got a couple of preferred vendors. We've got Hyper Networks that's going to be helping us with quality controls and making sure that all the work that's done is done to our standards and specifications. And then we've got a prime contractor, Luck Grove, that's bringing in the crews of people to do the physical work. Mm-hmm. And then Ting, on our side, we've got a few folks in place to make sure everything's happening the way that we expect it to happen.
Okay. And how important is it in terms of safety and communication when you get in and for the residents to make sure they're clear of everything, and your team as well in terms of when you're doing this, you're doing it in a safe way, in a respectful way, in a quiet as possible kind of way?
That's probably the most important thing and the most What's most different about this project and some of the projects that we work on? Of course, safety is always top priority. But here, because we understand that people move here because they like the community, they like how beautiful it is, how beautiful the homes are, how beautiful the trees are. That's certainly a consideration. We don't want to be disruptive. We don't want to leave a mess. We want to make sure that people know what to expect well in advance of when we're going to be at their homes or working on the outside of their buildings.
Well, there you go. All right, Ryan Turner, he is the Director of Construction. You'll be seeing him here in the community with Ting. Ting is coming, folks, and we're enjoying these conversations we're having with all the folks from Ting. You're watching Village Television.
At Adapt to It, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to It has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to It sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
For over 20 years, Orange County has taken its unwanted gold, jewelry, timepieces, sterling silver, and coins to the Jewelry Box estate buyers and always received top dollar. Come see why for over 2 decades, Orange County has relied on the Jewelry Box estate buyers.
21 years ago, I started Sayless Home Care because I saw a need for a professionally run home care organization in Laguna Woods. I wanted to build on 3 principles. 1, ease for the client. 1 call to Sayless Home Care will put you on the right path. 2, quality. Medicare ranks Sayless among the highest home health and hospice providers in the state. 3, trust. We've been in business for 21 years. Call Sayless and let us show you why we've been in business longer than any other home care company in South Orange County.
And welcome back. Let's talk weekend movies. We got some good ones for you, especially today, as Friday's movie is going to be Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Stars Jim Carrey. It's brought to us by Harvard Eye Associates. 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. When their relationship turns sour, a couple undergoes a medical procedure to have each other's erased from their memories forever. So can you imagine that, not remembering an ex and all the experiences and that kind of stuff. It's actually not a comedy, folks. It's actually kind of a dark kind of drama. So enjoy that one with Jim Carrey in a dramatic role there. Then on Saturday we got Bob Trevino Likes It. Barbie Fears stars in this one. It's brought to us by RadNet. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. When lonely 20-something Lily Trevino accidentally befriends a stranger online who shares the same name as her own self-centered father, encouragement and support from the new Bob Trevino could change her life. Very interesting concept for a movie. Haven't seen that one. Looks like a good one for Saturday. All right, folks, let's take a check of our weather before we head out, and we got some great temperatures. If you're not going to stay indoors and watch the movies, get outside and enjoy the sunshine and the great temperatures. We got mid-70s all weekend, and that's going to carry on into Monday and Tuesday of next week. So just great temperatures, a little cool overnight, so you can keep the windows open and not have to run the air conditioning. Otherwise, enjoy your weekend, folks. All right, folks, tomorrow on the program, we're going to welcome Hoag Heart and Vascular Doctors. We're going to talk about what they're doing over there at their center, as well as Leslie Gabola's very own Adapt to It. She's going to be here talking about some cushions that you might want for your house and for your chairs and things like that. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.